Portland, Adam, you want to take it since you're rocking their ugly scarf?
Just mean, but yeah, sure.
Not wrong.
I didn't say it was wrong. I just said it was mean.
That's fine.
I mean, this is kind of the same-ish as Seattle. Like, Portland's always somehow top of the table just because it's Portland and they're one of the few clubs that like seem to have their act in order.
Except this year they didn't lose their best player.
I mean, that Ladero's still at Seattle. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm going to hit you.
Nashville didn't lose Muehl.
Correct, but
all right, is that better?
We weren't comparing them to Nashville.
Okay. So Savarese is obviously still there. They finished third in the West last season, 8th overall in the league. And do we remember who they lost to?
The logo didn't look familiar to me. It was some red and blue thing.
Like northern Mexico.
That sounds about right.
Southern Oklahoma.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I don't remember that game at all. They finished 11-6-6, so like not horrible. Again, they'll most likely just stick with the same tried and trusted 4-2-3-1.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
What?
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, I mean, you're not wrong.
I know.
It's just swapping in some new pieces. So Clark in goal, Van Rankin probably locks down that right back spot, and then Zubrich and Mabiala, Bravo at the left. Andrew's favorite, Diego Chara, as one of the two DMs.
Should I do it?
Go for it.
Remember when you guys didn't put him as the best center defensive mid in the entire history of the last 10 years? Unreal. You guys are ridiculous, and I can't believe I'm still doing a podcast with people who think that.
That's fine.
Continue.
Williamson's probably the other one who partners alongside him. Yimi Chara on the right mid. Although I do love some Andy Polo, just because his name's Polo. Diego Valeri as the cam, Blanco as left mid, and insert name up top. Because honestly, you could tell me any of these three would get the starting job, and I'd believe you.
I have to assume they're going to stick with the Mora Nias-Goda run, and Ebobisse is going to be the odd man out, which is ridiculous that their third best striker is Jeremy Ebobisse.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, you could literally start any of these, and I would be like, all right, that's a solid option up top.
Imagine being a team like Red Bull that have strikers who can't score in the first 15 games of the year, and then there's teams like Portland, whose third best striker is a U.S. men's national team.
Well, that's like, wasn't Phillies? Which team in the East like 2 seasons ago had like 3 goalies that all could have been starters?
I think it was Philly. You had Blake, you had McCarthy, and you
had
Friese, yeah.
Yeah, like why
Friese's in the U23s right now.
Yeah, like why do you need that much depth? Just not fair.
They're making up for when they had Mboli.
Rice, what a guy.
Key players, obviously, Diego Valeri. I mean, same thing as we talked about with Seattle and Ladero. All their attacks just going to flow through him. He's very, very good. In case anyone is new to this league, like Diego Valeri is kind of good at soccer. Sebastian Blanco, if he can stay healthy, will carry some of the weight of that attack. And then we have Mora, but like insert striker here. Whoever gets the most game time up top will arguably the one finishing their chances. So this team...
That's a really good observation. Whoever's playing striker has a really good chance to score goals. That's the type of content you come for on this podcast, guys.
So remind me, Andrew.
We have two basically almost professional soccer coaches here. And that's the type of content we're getting here. I love it.
So correct me if I'm wrong, but the Red Bull strikers took 15 games despite having chances?
Yeah, but they had their best chances to score through them. You're telling me Tom Barlow didn't miss 7 breakaways last year? Don't start with me.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, so the players that need to have a good 2021, Jeremy Ebobisse, he played a little bit of wing-ish kind of last season. So, like, if more Nias go to get the start up top and, you know, they want to slot him in on one of the sides, like, I wouldn't hate it. Like, J-Mo needs to see the field. Just one of those things.
Who needs to see the field?
J-Bo?
Apparently J-Mo.
J-Bo.
Oh, I thought you said J-Mo.
I heard J-Mo too, and I'm like, my
Oh,
guy.
no,
Once
J-
again, the wrong
J-Bo.
team.
J-B-O.
It's Jebo, Jebo.
I'm just whatever. I can read off of my notes.
You definitely can't.
I can. You
tried.
just can't hear me.
You've tried. It's failed. Anyways, continue.
Williamson's the other one. So strong year maybe gets into the national team conversation, but
No.
I said maybe.
No. Yeah, maybe is wrong. Definitely not.
All right. Well, throw him
Maybe
into
maybe you 23. What is he? He's like 20, right?
Yeah, I think so. Throw him into a friendly. Those things don't mean anything.
Yeah, he's 23.
Yeah.
He's my age.
Are you
He
23?
could probably if he had a good season, I think if they went back with like that one time where they just kind of brought in all these MLS guys and a lot of young MLS guys, I think if he had a good season, he could be in that conversation. But probably not for the normal team.
When we talk about grasping for straws, I think you are reaching like across the country to grasp at this straw.
Well, I got to reach all the way to Portland, so.
Granted, he's had 20 U20 appearances and 1 U23 appearance. He doesn't get in. You're telling me that he gets into the national team right now?
I didn't say that.
Even if he has an MVP year, where does he fit in?
It's not.
He gets one game in January against Trinidad and Tobago. And we're beating them 9-0. He never.
Yeah.
Don't even like that's just so.
But there's a handful of MLS guys that get that.
I'm not even going to entertain the rest of this conversation. Please
Connor, did I say anything about him getting into the World Cup squad, playing in the goal, like anything of importance?
He had one good season for Portland in a
Correct.
12-game season. Stop it with
he
this.
has a good season this year. He gets back in.
I'm not having this conversation. This is baffling that somebody even wrote. I don't know who prepped this, but whoever wrote this, it might get kicked off the pod. Like that is where we're at right now. That is absurd. Oh my God. Especially considering it's a year of Amir. Like
that is true.
You think he's gonna bump Amir from Anderson?
Yeah, no, that's
I can't even keep a straight face on that one.